First contact in the wasteland. The crimson sun of Kepler 186 cast long shadows across the crystalline desert as Dr. Maya Chen adjusted her atmosphere suit's filters. The planet's razor-sharp silicon formations stretched endlessly toward the horizon, their surfaces refracting light in mesmerizing patterns. This hostile beauty had earned the planet its nickname among the research team, Glass Valley. Maya checked her wrist display. Oxygen levels stable, radiation shield functioning, but her water recycler was showing signs of strain. The planet's intense heat made every expedition a calculated risk, even for an experienced xenobiologist. 3 months into their research mission, and they'd barely scratched the surface of this alien world's mysteries. "Base, this is Chen," she reported into her comm, heading to Survey Point Delta. "These crystal formations are showing unusual energy signatures." Static crackled before Dr. Harrison's voice came through. "Copy that, Chen. Remember protocol. No samples without clearance. Last thing we need is another incident like Martinez's crystalline fever." Maya smiled despite herself. The incident had been minor, just a rash from improper handling, but Harrison never missed a chance to remind the team about safety protocols. "Understood, Base. Chen out." She continued her careful trek across the glittering landscape, her boots crunching on the crystalline soil. Her scanner hummed steadily, mapping the mineral compositions of the surrounding formations. The readings were fascinating. These weren't simple silicon crystals, but complex molecular structures unlike anything in Earth's geological record. The first sign that something was wrong came when her scanner began picking up irregular energy pulses. Maya frowned, adjusting the settings. The signature wasn't geological, it was organic. "That's impossible," she muttered, but her scientific curiosity was already pulling her toward the source. Following the scanner's guidance, she rounded a massive crystal spire and stopped dead in her tracks. There, half buried in the crystalline sand, lay a being that defied everything Maya thought she knew about life. Its form was vaguely humanoid, but its skin was translucent, with intricate patterns of light flowing beneath the surface like liquid starlight. The creature was clearly injured. Cracks ran across its crystalline form, and the light within pulsed weakly, erratically. Protocol dictated immediate retreat and report of any alien life forms. No contact, no intervention, no exceptions. But as Maya watched the being's light fade and pulse, something deeper than protocol took hold, the fundamental human drive to help. "Base, this is Chen," she called, already pulling out her emergency medical kit. "I found something. Someone. They're hurt." "Chen, what are you?" Harrison's voice cut through. "Wait, did you say someone?" "I'm sending visual feed now." Maya activated her suit's camera as she knelt beside the alien figure. Up close, she could see that its form was more complex than first appeared. Layers of crystalline structures that seemed to function like organic tissue, but with properties she couldn't begin to understand. The alien's eyes opened, if they could be called eyes. They were more like pools of swirling light that somehow focused on Maya with unmistakable awareness. A sound emerged from it, not through air, but through some kind of resonance that Maya felt in her bones. "Harrison," Maya said, her voice steady despite her racing heart, "I'm initiating emergency aid. Log my decision as a violation of Protocol 7 if you need to, but I'm not watching a sentient being die when I might be able to help." "Maya, this is exactly why we have protocols," Harrison began, but Maya had already muted her comm. She pulled out her medical scanner, hoping it could make sense of the alien's biology. The readings were unlike anything she'd seen, but they confirmed her worst fears. The being was dying. Its energy patterns were degrading rapidly. The alien reached out with a crystalline hand, touching Maya's suit. The contact sent a jolt through her entire body. Not painful, but intense. Suddenly, her mind was filled with images, sensations, knowledge. The alien was communicating directly into her consciousness. Danger, hunters, help. The concepts came with associated images: dark ships in the sky, weapons that shattered crystalline bodies, a desperate flight across space. This being wasn't just lost or injured, it was a refugee. Maya made her decision. She began applying emergency patches to the cracks in the alien's form, using a combination of her suit's repair gel and her limited medical supplies. It wasn't ideal, but it seemed to help. The light within the being stabilized slightly. "I'm Dr. Maya Chen," she said slowly, clearly, hoping the alien could understand. "I'm going to help you, but I need to move you somewhere safe. Can you understand me?" The alien's lights pulsed in a pattern that somehow conveyed affirmation. Another touch, another flood of images. This time, Maya saw knowledge of human language being absorbed and processed through the alien's crystalline neural networks. Gratitude. The alien spoke, the word forming in Maya's mind rather than her ears. "I am." Translation approximation. Starweaver. Maya worked quickly, using her suit's strength enhancement to carefully lift the alien. "Starweaver, I'm taking you to my research base. It's not far, but we need to hurry. You're badly injured." The hunters. Starweaver's light dimmed with what Maya interpreted as fear. "They will follow." "Let them try," Maya said with more confidence than she felt. "Earth's best scientists are at that base. We'll figure this out together." As she began the careful journey back to base, Maya's mind raced with implications. First contact had just been made, not through careful diplomatic channels or official procedures, but through a simple act of compassion. She had no idea what consequences would follow, but she knew with absolute certainty that she'd made the right choice. What she didn't know, couldn't know, was that this moment would change not just her life, but the course of human history. The refugee she carried wasn't just running from hunters. They were carrying secrets that would reshape humanity's understanding of consciousness, technology, and their place in the cosmos. As the research base came into view, its protective dome gleaming under the alien sun, Maya felt Starweaver's grip tighten slightly. Through their strange connection, she sensed not just gratitude, but something else: hope tinged with fear. "Trust me," Maya whispered, both to Starweaver and herself. "Whatever's coming, we'll face it together." The alien's lights pulsed in response, and Maya swore she felt something like a smile in her mind. As they approached the base's airlock, she squared her shoulders, ready to face whatever consequences awaited. She had chosen compassion over protocol, life over rules, and nothing, not her superiors, not mysterious alien hunters, not the vast darkness of space itself, would make her regret that choice. The price of compassion. Dr. Harrison's face had gone through several shades of red during Maya's debriefing. The base's quarantine lab, normally used for analyzing mineral samples, now housed something far more extraordinary. Through the reinforced observation window, Starweaver's crystalline form pulsed with slowly strengthening light. "Do you have any idea what you've done?" Harrison paced the length of the control room. "First contact protocols exist for a reason. The potential for biological contamination alone." "With respect, sir," Maya interrupted, "Starweaver's biology isn't even carbon-based. Our standard contamination protocols don't apply. Their entire cellular structure, if you can even call it that, is crystalline in nature. What we're seeing is essentially a silicon-based consciousness." "That's not the point, Shen." Harrison stopped pacing to glare at her. "You made a unilateral decision that affects the entire mission, possibly all of humanity." A soft chime from Maya's neural interface interrupted them. Through the connection she'd formed with Starweaver during the rescue, she felt a gentle pressure, like a tap on her consciousness. "They're ready to talk," Maya said, already moving toward the quarantine lab's entrance. "And sir, they're not just talking to me anymore." The quarantine lab's airlock cycled as Maya entered, Harrison reluctantly following. Starweaver's form had stabilized significantly in the 12 hours since the rescue. The emergency patches Maya had applied had allowed their self-repair mechanisms to begin working, creating delicate lattices of new crystal growth across the damaged areas. Gratitude, Maya Chen. Starweaver's thoughts resonated directly into both humans' minds. And greetings, Director Harrison. I must share knowledge. Urgency exists. Harrison startled at the direct mental contact, but maintained his composure. You understand our language. Through Maya Chen, understanding grows. Your patterns become clear. Starweaver's lights shifted in what Maya had begun to recognize as their equivalent of body language. But time grows short. The hunters follow. Who are these hunters? Maya asked, stepping closer to the containment field. Why are they pursuing you? Images flooded their minds. Massive ships of dark crystal, weapons that fired beams of pure entropy, worlds stripped of their crystalline inhabitants. But beneath the surface memories, Maya sensed deeper knowledge, secrets that made Starweaver valuable beyond measure to their pursuers. My kind, the luminary, are memory weavers, Starweaver explained. Each of us carries not just individual consciousness, but the capacity to store and transmit vast archives of knowledge. The hunters seek this knowledge, specifically, the location of the Great Archive. A library. Harrison frowned. More. Starweaver's form pulsed with intensity. The complete history and technological understanding of a dozen fallen civilizations, species that achieved transcendence, or destroyed themselves, or simply vanished. The hunters would use this knowledge for conquest. Maya's scientific mind raced with implications. That's why your biology is so unique. You're not just organisms. You're living data storage systems. Yes. And now, Starweaver's light dimmed momentarily. Now you are connected. The hunters will see this. They will come for you too. Harrison's face paled. What do you mean, connected? Maya felt it then, a deepening of the mental link she'd formed with Starweaver. Information began flowing both ways. She found herself understanding complex crystalline equations, while Starweaver absorbed human history, culture, and science at an astronomical rate. The connection formed during rescue, Starweaver explained. Maya Chen's compassion created bridge. Unexpected. Beautiful. Dangerous. Dangerous how? Harrison demanded. The answer came in another flood of images. The hunters detecting the unique energy signature of a human luminary connection, tracking it across space, discovering Earth's location. They will come, Starweaver said simply. They will come for the connection, for the knowledge it represents. First contact between silicon and carbon-based consciousness. They will want to study it, control it, weaponize it. Maya felt a chill despite her suit's temperature regulation. How long do we have? Days, perhaps less. Starweaver's lights pulsed in a pattern Maya now recognized as determination. But connection offers hope too. Together, we may find solution. Human creativity, luminary knowledge, combination previously unknown. Harrison had gone quiet, his face set in grim lines. I need to contact Earth Command. This is well beyond our mission parameters. Sir, Maya said, her voice steady. Before you do, there's something else you need to see. She turned to Starweaver. Show him what you showed me about the crystalline formations on this planet. The images came rapidly. The planet's crystal deserts alive with purpose, ancient luminary outposts hidden beneath the surface, and most importantly, technologies beyond human comprehension, waiting to be rediscovered. This world was once ours, Starweaver explained. A seed world holding fragments of our knowledge. The hunters do not know, yet. Harrison's scientific curiosity finally overcame his caution. You're saying this entire planet is some kind of backup drive. More than that, Maya interjected. It's a key, isn't it, Starweaver? A key to accessing the Great Archive itself. Yes, Starweaver's form brightened. And now we must decide. Access it, or destroy it, before the hunters arrive. The weight of the moment settled over the quarantine lab. 3 beings, 2 human, 1 crystalline, faced each other across the containment field, each understanding that their next decisions would ripple across the galaxy. "Director," Maya said softly, "we need to move fast. Whatever we decide, Earth Command won't be able to help in time. We're on our own." Harrison looked between Maya and Starweaver, then at the crystal deserts visible through the base's windows. Finally, he nodded. "All right. What do you need?" Maya felt Starweaver's approval through their link as she outlined her plan. They had less than 3 days to either unlock the secrets of an alien archive or ensure its destruction. The fate of 2 species, perhaps many more, hung in the balance. And somewhere above them, in the cold darkness of space, the hunters were already closing in. Race against time. The research base's geological lab had been transformed into an improvised command center. Holographic displays showed real-time scans of the surrounding crystal desert, while Maya's custom-modified sensors monitored the increasingly frequent energy pulses emanating from beneath the surface. There, Starweaver's thoughts resonated through Maya's mind as they studied a particular formation. Their crystalline form now moved with greater fluidity, the damage from their crash largely healed. That pattern. It mirrors the Great Archive's access protocols. Maya nodded, her neural interface translating the complex crystalline mathematics into something her human mind could grasp. The connection between them had grown stronger over the past 36 hours, allowing for faster and deeper exchange of knowledge. But it came at a price. Her head throbbed constantly, and sleep had become a luxury she couldn't afford. "Dr. Chen." Harrison's voice cut through her concentration. "The long-range sensors just picked up something. You need to see this." The main display shifted to show the outer edge of the Kepler 186 system. 3 dark objects, moving faster than any natural phenomenon could explain, were decelerating toward their position. The hunters, Starweaver confirmed, their lights dimming with what Maya now recognized as dread. Their vessels are wrong. Corrupted crystal technology. They twist our methods into weapons. Harrison checked his tablet. At their current speed, they'll reach us in 18 hours, maybe less. Then we have 18 hours to find the archive access point. Maya turned back to the geological scans. "Starweaver, show me that pattern again." There's something familiar about it. Through their shared connection, Starweaver projected the crystalline access protocols. Maya let her mind relax, allowing the alien mathematics to flow through her consciousness. The human and luminary approaches to science were fundamentally different, yet complementary. Where the luminary thought in perfect crystalline structures, humans excelled at finding patterns in chaos. "Wait." Maya straightened suddenly. "The formations aren't just storage nodes. They're a map. Harrison, can you overlay the mineral density scans from our first month here?" The display shifted, adding layers of data. The pattern emerged clearly now. The entire valley was arranged in a massive geometric pattern, invisible from the ground but obvious from above. "It's a fractal," Maya breathed. The same pattern repeating at different scales, from microscopic to kilometers wide. And at the center, the nexus point, Starweaver finished, where surface meets archive. "But reaching it will be impossible with standard equipment," Harrison interjected. "Those canyons are too narrow for our vehicles, and the radiation levels are off the charts." Maya felt Starweaver's determination through their link. "I can shield 2 humans from radiation. Crystal resonance. But journey is dangerous. Hunter scouts may already be planetside. We don't have a choice." Maya began gathering equipment. "Harrison, we need you to coordinate from here. If the hunters arrive early, I'll buy you whatever time I can." Harrison's face was grim. "The base's defense systems weren't designed for this, but I can rig something up. Maybe use the crystal formations themselves to scatter their sensors." "Good thinking," Maya said. "Starweaver, we should." Pain lanced through her head, dropping her to her knees. Through their connection, She felt Starweaver's alarm. The link, the alien's thoughts came urgently. It strains your biology. We must moderate the flow off. No time, Maya gasped, forcing herself back up. We need every advantage we can get. I can handle it. Maya Chen. Starweaver moved closer, their crystalline form resonating with concern. Your species' adaptability is remarkable, but there are limits. This level of connection, it changes you. Good. Maya checked her atmosphere suit's seals. Because we're about to try something never done before in human history. I could use some changes. Harrison stepped forward. Maya, if this goes wrong. It won't. She managed to smile. But if it does, make sure Earth Command understands what happened here. Make them understand that first contact wasn't a disaster, it was a gift. The next hour was a blur of preparation. Maya modified her suit with crystalline components Starweaver helped her fabricate, while Harrison programmed drone scouts to patrol the approach vectors. The hunters were getting closer. They could feel it in the increasing static on their communications, in the subtle vibrations running through the crystal desert. Finally, Maya and Starweaver stood at the base's airlock, ready to embark on their desperate mission. The alien sun was setting, painting the crystal formations in deep crimson hues. Stay on this channel, Harrison said, checking their communications one last time. The moment you find the archive access point, transmit everything you can. I'll store it in the base's quantum drives. Maya nodded, then turned to Starweaver. Ready. The luminary's response came not in words, but in a surge of shared purpose through their link. Together, they stepped out into the crystal desert. The massive geometric patterns stretched before them, holding secrets that could save or doom multiple civilizations. Above them, the first stars were becoming visible in the darkening sky. Somewhere up there, the hunters were closing in, their corrupted crystal ships carrying weapons designed to shatter both bodies and minds. But as Maya and Starweaver began their journey into the maze-like formations, a new possibility was taking shape. In the space between their joined minds, human ingenuity met luminary wisdom, creating something entirely new. The hunters were expecting to find a weakness to exploit. Instead, they would find two species standing as one, protecting knowledge that belonged to all sentient life. Maya felt the crystalline changes spreading through her nervous system, a gift or a curse of the deepening connection. She embraced it. Evolution wasn't always a gradual process, she reflected. Sometimes it happened in moments of crisis, when survival demanded transformation. The real question was, what would she become before this night was over? Evolution's edge. The crystal maze swallowed Maya and Starweaver in its geometric embrace. Each step took them deeper into formations that seemed to pulse with ancient knowledge. Maya's modified suit sensors registered energy readings that defied conventional physics, while her enhanced consciousness, forever altered by the luminary connection, perceived layers of information hidden in the crystalline structures. Movement detected. Starweaver's thoughts pierced through the data flood. Hunter Scouts, 3 units, northwest quadrant. Maya pressed against a crystal spire, its surface cool against her suit. Through their shared awareness, she could sense the hunter drones, corrupted crystal constructs that moved like liquid shadows through the maze. The changes in her nervous system had progressed further. She now saw energy patterns as clearly as physical matter. Harrison, she whispered into her comm. We've got company. I see them, his voice crackled back. Those things are giving off weird signatures, like negative space in the sensor grid. I'm having trouble getting a lock. They are void crystals, Starweaver explained, their form shifting to better blend with the surrounding formations. Anti-knowledge. They consume data, memories, consciousness itself. Maya felt a chill that had nothing to do with the falling temperature. How do we fight them? We don't. Starweaver's lights pulsed in a complex pattern. But we can use your species' greatest gift, the ability to see solutions where none should exist. Through their link, Starweaver shared knowledge of the hunter drone's capabilities. They weren't truly intelligent, operating more like crystalline antibodies programmed to seek and destroy luminary data signatures, which meant they're looking for luminary patterns, Maya realized. But they've never encountered human brainwaves combined with crystal resonance. Harrison, can you use the basis transmitters to broadcast my neural patterns? Maximum spread. That's actually brilliant, Harrison replied. Create so much noise they can't isolate Starweaver's signature. Give me 2 minutes. They waited in tense silence as the hunter drone swept closer. Maya's transformed consciousness could feel them probing the area, seeking the distinctive patterns of luminary thought. Her head pounded as the connection with Starweaver deepened further, crystal structures continuing to form along her neural pathways. Suddenly, the air filled with electromagnetic noise, the unique signature of her hybrid consciousness, amplified and broadcast across the crystal desert. The hunter drones froze, their void crystal forms vibrating in confusion. Move now, Maya urged. She and Starweaver darted from their hiding place, racing deeper into the maze. Behind them, the drones scattered, unable to distinguish their true location amid the cascade of hybrid neural signals. They ran until Maya's lungs burned, her suit's oxygen recyclers struggling to keep up. The maze around them had changed, the crystal formations growing denser, more intentional in their arrangement. They were getting close to something. Maya Chen. Starweaver's thoughts carried concern. Your transformation accelerates. The cellular crystallization. I know. She could feel it. The growing lattice of crystal structures throughout her nervous system, changing her on a fundamental level. How long? Hours, perhaps less. Once started, the process cannot be reversed. You will become something new. Neither human nor luminary. Maya laughed, a sound edged with pain and wonder. Perfect timing. Harrison, status. Main hunter ships entering orbit, he reported grimly. They're launching something big. Whatever you're going to do down there, do it fast. The ground trembled beneath their feet. Above, through gaps in the crystal spires, they glimpsed massive shapes descending through the atmosphere. Void crystal ships that seemed to drink in light itself. There. Starweaver pointed to a formation ahead that spiraled impossibly inward. The archive nexus. But Maya Chen. Accessing it in your current state. There. Starweaver pointed to a formation ahead that spiraled impossibly inward. The archive nexus. But Maya Chen. Accessing it in your current state. Could kill me. She managed a pained smile. Or complete whatever this transformation is. Either way, we're out of options. They approached the nexus point, a place where the crystal formations curved in on themselves, creating a space that seemed to exist in more dimensions than human eyes could process. But Maya's eyes weren't entirely human anymore. The archive isn't just data, she realized, seeing it clearly now. It's alive. A crystalline consciousness spanning eons. Yes. Starweaver's form resonated with the surrounding structures. The combined knowledge and experience of countless species preserved in living crystal. The hunters would destroy this harmony, extract what they desire, discard the rest. Another tremor shook the ground. The hunter ships were getting closer. Harrison, Maya called. Begin quantum upload protocols. Channel everything through my neural link. Maya. The data stream could fry your brain. My brain's not exactly standard issue anymore. She reached out to touch the nexus point, her partially crystallized nervous system already resonating with its frequencies. Just be ready. Starweaver moved to join her, their crystalline form aligning with hers. Together then, human insight, luminary knowledge, something new. Maya nodded, no longer trusting her voice as the transformation accelerated. Crystal structures bloomed through her consciousness, shattering and rebuilding her understanding of reality with each passing second. She pressed her hand against the nexus point, and the universe expanded. The archive wasn't just information. It was experience, consciousness, the accumulated wisdom of species that had faced their own extinction events and either transcended or fallen. And now, through the unique bridge of her hybrid consciousness, it was accessible in a way it had never been before. As the knowledge flooded through her crystallizing neural networks, Maya understood why the hunters truly feared this place. The archive didn't just preserve information about advanced technology or cosmic secrets. It preserved hope. And as void crystal ships descended from the blood-red sky, Maya Chen, no longer entirely human, not quite luminary, prepared to show them exactly what hope could do. Stardust Legacy. The universe sang in crystalline frequencies through Maya's transformed consciousness. The archive's knowledge flowed through her hybrid neural networks, each fragment of data triggering cascades of understanding. She was aware of everything. The hunters' void crystal ships descending like dark stars, Harrison's desperate defense preparations at the base, and most intimately, Starweaver's presence intertwined with her own consciousness. They're breaching the atmosphere. Harrison's voice crackled through what remained of her conventional communications. Whatever you're going to do. I understand now. Maya interrupted, her voice resonating with harmonic overtones. The hunters, the archive, all of it. They've been looking at it wrong. The knowledge isn't meant to be taken. It's meant to be shared. Through their connection, Starweaver grasped her revelation. Yes, not weapon, not tool, bridge. The crystal formations around them had begun to pulse in sync with Maya's hybrid consciousness. Each facet, each geometric pattern was part of a vast crystalline network, not just a storage system, but a living telecommunications array spanning the galaxy. The first hunter ship landed less than a kilometer away, its void crystal hull absorbing light and hope alike. Maya could feel the wrongness of it. Crystal technology twisted into a perversion of its true purpose. The ship's hull split open like a blooming nightmare, disgorging dozens of hunter troops in armor that seemed to swallow the crimson sunlight. Harrison, Maya called, her transformed voice carrying easily through the crystal maze. Begin broadcasting on all frequencies. Everything. Our mission logs. First contact recordings. All of it. What? Maya, that violates every protocol. Exactly. She smiled, feeling crystal structures glitter beneath her skin. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our adaptability. It's our willingness to reach out, to share, to connect, even when protocols say we shouldn't. Through the archive's vast network, Maya could sense other crystalline worlds awakening. The hunter ships had inadvertently followed paths laid down eons ago, their void crystal technology leaving traces that the archive could track. They weren't just fighting for one cache of knowledge. They were fighting for a network that spanned the galaxy. The hunter troops approached, their weapons charged with entropy fields designed to shatter crystal consciousness. At their head strode a figure different from the others, taller, its armor shot through with pulsing red lines. A hybrid, Starweaver recognized. Like you, but wrong. Forced evolution. Twisted. The hunter commander's voice grated across their consciousness like broken glass. The archive will be harvested. Your resistance is meaningless. Maya stepped forward, the crystal desert resonating with each movement. You never understood what you were hunting. The archive isn't a weapon to be claimed. It's a gift to be shared. She reached out, not with her physical form, but with her hybrid consciousness. Through her unique connection, human intuition married to luminary crystal tech, she touched the vast network of knowledge that had waited millennia for this moment. The archive responded. Crystal spires erupted from the desert floor, not as weapons but as transmitters. The knowledge contained within began to broadcast, not just to Earth or nearby systems, but to every crystal formation in the galaxy. The hunters' void crystal technology had helped create the very network that would undo them. No, the hunter commander raised its weapon. The knowledge is power. It belongs to the strong. Knowledge is light, Maya countered, her voice carrying the wisdom of 1,000 civilizations. And light belongs to everyone. She opened herself fully to the archive's flow, becoming a conduit for something greater than herself. Through her hybrid nature, the perfect bridge between silicon and carbon-based life, the archive began to share its most precious gift: understanding. The hunter troops staggered as their void crystal armor resonated with the transmission. The corrupted technology began to remember its true purpose. Some fell to their knees, overwhelmed by the weight of comprehension. Others turned their weapons on themselves, shattering their own armor to escape its twisted constraints. The commander fired, entropy beams lancing toward Maya and Starweaver. But the crystal desert itself intervened, formation shifting to absorb and redirect the energy. The archive would not allow destruction here. Not anymore. "Harrison," Maya called, her voice carrying through both conventional communications and crystal resonance. "Are you receiving?" "Maya, it's incredible. The quantum drives are filling with data we couldn't comprehend in 1,000 years. But the readings from your suit. I know." She could feel the final stages of her transformation approaching. "Make sure Earth understands. This isn't an ending. It's an invitation. Humanity's first step into a larger community." The hunter ships above began to break apart, their void crystal construction reverting to its original form. The commander screamed in rage and desperation, but the sound was lost in the rising crystal song of a galaxy awakening to new possibilities. Maya turned to Starweaver, their consciousness now so intertwined it was difficult to tell where one ended and the other began. Ready for what comes next. The luminary's response carried joy and anticipation. Evolution awaits. Not end. Beginning. The crystal structures throughout Maya's body reached their final configuration. She felt herself changing, transforming into something that could exist in both carbon and silicon states, a bridge between worlds. Around them, the archive continued its transmission, sharing the accumulated wisdom of ages with any civilization advanced enough to receive it. "Harrison," she said, her voice now more harmony than human speech. Tell Earth that the stars are alive with knowledge, and we've been invited to join the conversation." The crystal desert blazed with light as Maya completed her transformation. She was no longer strictly human, but she had become something perhaps more important. Proof that evolution didn't have to mean conflict, that different forms of life could combine to create something greater than the sum of their parts. As the hunter ships crumbled, and the archive's signal reached across the galaxy, she embraced her new existence. Humanity's first step into a crystalline cosmos hadn't come through conquest or calculation, but through an act of compassion, a choice to help a stranger in need. The stars above sparkled with new meaning, each point of light potentially reflecting off crystal formations on distant worlds. The conversation that began in a desert on Kepler 186 would continue, growing and evolving like the crystalline structures that now bridged the gap between flesh and light. Maya Chen had become the first of her kind, but she would not be the last. The path was open now, illuminated by knowledge freely shared, guided by hope freely given. The crystal song of the universe had a new voice, and it was singing of tomorrow.